This is a problem from section 5-2, similar to a homework problem. Assume that 12 jurors are selected from a population in which 80% of the people are Mexican American. A random variable X is the number of Mexican Americans on the jury of 12. So the probability that you'll get one Mexican in a jury of 12 is pretty close to zero. Not exactly zero, but it should be a really small probability. And then the probability that you'll get all 12 jurors to be Mexican American would be about 7%. Okay, so it says here, find the probability that exactly 7 Mexican Americans are among 12 jurors. So this is your 7, and this is your P of 7. That's the probability that you get exactly 7. So what we could do is we can write this down as P of 7, and that's just equal to 0.53. And sometimes we like to put this X equals 7 to say that there's exactly 7. So there's exactly 7. And so we can say P of 0, or P of X equals 7, and that's going to equal to 0.053. Now in this next problem, it says find the probability of 7 or fewer Mexican Americans are among 12 jurors. So now what we want to do is there's an or here. So what they're saying is that we want probability that there's 7 jurors or 6 jurors or 5 jurors all the way down to 1 juror that's Mexican American. So we can write it like this: probability that X is less than or equal to 7. So one way to compute this probability is just to add up a whole bunch of probabilities. That's probability that you get exactly 7, plus you get the probability that you get exactly 6, plus the probability that you get exactly 5. And then you can go so on with this until you get to the last one, the probability that you get X is exactly 1. So what are those probabilities? We got 0.053 plus 0.016 plus 0.003 plus 0.001 plus, and then a few zeros that we're adding, so we don't need to worry about all that stuff. Okay, so just to be certain, I'm going to use my calculator and add all that up. So here it is, all set up, and just hit enter, and then I'm going to get 0.73. Okay, so that's my answer. Let's take a look at part C. Which probability is relevant for determining whether 7 jurors among 12 is unusually low? Well, looking for exactly 7 jurors is, well, looking for exactly 7 jurors. And so this is a small probability, but I think what we really want to consider is that 7 or fewer might be a more telling statistic about getting 7 jurors. So let's take a look at that, 7 or fewer. And then that will get us what we want. So I think between these two probabilities in part A and part B, we want to look at the probability in part B to be to have a more meaningful result. So having exactly 7 jurors out of 12, which does not account for 1 through 6, is not a good probability to consider if you're asking the question about determining whether 7 jurors among 12 would be unusually low. What you can say is that if you get fewer than 7 or fewer, that's 73%, so it doesn't look like it's unusually low. So we would be looking at part B. Here's another question. What's the probability that at least 7 Mexican Americans are chosen among 12? So at least 7, this would be the probability that you get X is equal to 7 or more. So instead of looking at going from 7 on backwards, we're going from 7 on upwards. And so from here I can just put dot 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 and then all the way up to 12 jurors put together. So this time I would be adding these numbers to get my result. So now this will be 0.053 plus 0.133 plus 0.236 plus 0.283 plus 0.206 plus 0.069. Okay, let's find that in our calculators. We start off with 0.053 and then we'll add the rest. So here are all the terms that I'm adding up. Let's press enter and we're going to get 0.98. So it looks like according to this we have a 98% chance that in this random population we would pick 7 people in our jury, that we would get a 98% chance that there'll be 7 or more Mexican Americans, at least 7 Mexican Americans in there. Alright, so this gives us good practice with random variables and probability distributions, at least of the discrete kind, and hopefully this will help.